Hi, everyone. My name is Mindee Mosher. I'm an ICF-certified coach focusing on leadership and career transition. The top 2 or 3 goals for me in 2020 when we started the year were growing my client base and getting my ICF certification finalized, as well as finishing building of content for the products that I provide. What changed over the year for me was it was no problem achieving both of those goals, but people's needs definitely changed in the process. So for me, I found that I had an opportunity to do more group coaching virtually, as well as do some presentations that weren't necessarily on my radar at the beginning of the year. I found that the pandemic impacted me by needing to meet people where they are in the moment and not what they necessarily were planning for. For me personally, this created a shift in where I was focusing, like providing some presentations and group coaching that I wasn't already planning for. As well, I ended up shifting a little bit and deciding to pursue an additional certification. The only thing that I would say for me that's gotten in the way was once we transitioned and had most people comfortable with functioning in a virtual world, which really didn't take much time because I'd already been doing some of that quite a bit over 2018 and 2019. Homeschooling. I have a daughter that's now in 4th grade. She was in 3rd grade at the time, and needing to make the shift into homeschooling and incorporate that was a challenge at first. And I found that as soon as I let go of expectations of when I was doing things and allowed it to happen in a more fluid way, mixing home life, homeschooling, and my work life together, things got quite smooth. So achieving the goals for me wasn't a problem, but I ended up adding other goals that weren't necessarily part of my original plan for the year. So again, being able to pivot, and now I've been working on for the past several months a career change method online course to provide for people that may not have access to one-on-one coaching or aren't interested in group coaching. That's something that I did not initially plan for, but was able to pivot and begin building as the pandemic became more clear that it was going to stick around for a while, that we weren't all going to be on a quick 2-week break like a lot of us thought at the beginning. So what I learned about myself during this time period was that I have to remain flexible and keep aware of what the next ideas are and the next opportunities are, even if they aren't part of what my original plan was. And by doing that, it seems to be that I'm able to continue working toward and meeting my original goals and also achieving other things in the process. And the more I enjoy the moment and stay in the present, the better everything is affected. My well-being, my family's well-being, and everyone that I work with. We have a richer experience if I remain flexible and am able to just stay present in the moment as much as possible. So the things that I'm grateful for, I'm extremely grateful for my law firm that I still hold a part-time position as director of marketing. It's been a wonderful place to be. And I'm also extremely grateful for the coaching community that I've been able to build over this past couple of years. These have been extremely beneficial to me professionally, and I'm very grateful every day for the Zoom meetings that I'm able to have, the ideas that I'm able to bounce off of people and have bounced off of me, and that I haven't in any way lost my sense of community through this challenging year. And most important of all, I'm grateful for my family and that we still get to be together and spend time together. And that in some ways, this has increased the benefit of the time that we have together and made us a bit more mindful about how we spend it. So my goals for 2021 are to continue increasing my client base, complete my online course, the Career Change Method, and also to finish my next level of certification with the International Coach Federation. So one thing that I will start doing in 2021 is making a priority out of blocking off lunch and dinner time. Being able to ensure that I spend that with my family is really important to me, and I think it's become more important than ever. And it's a good way for me to set boundaries that end up positively impacting all of my work life as well. One thing I will stop doing in 2021 is adding too much to my plate. I have gotten better at it, but I still need more work. And I'm trying to be very mindful about how I choose to spend my time and not overcommitting. One thing I will continue doing in 2021 is self-care. Through the pandemic, I've been able to continue some self-care things that were very important to me, but it's easy to slack off. So I will absolutely continue making a priority out of my meditation, my walks in the woods, even in the cold weather, and some other things that I've been able to incorporate a little bit more fully since I'm home-based, much more than I was before 2020. I would say my personal definition of grit is being able to stay focused on your goals while avoiding the distractions, including other people's opinions, and doing it in a way where you do remain flexible, but you don't quit. So no matter how difficult things become, and no matter the great other people's opinions that are provided to you, if you set a certain goal, I think being able to stay on track toward it and remain flexible is grit. I think mind over matter can be practiced and achieved by recognizing that we all have our own perception and perspective of reality. So what is matter and what's in your mind? To me, there are always going to be obstacles. There's always going to be challenges, but so often we can adjust our perspective and our perception of them, and they lose some of their power to stop us from moving forward. So that's a practice I would say has benefited me to incorporate mind over matter, and I've seen it work for many others as well. And in 2021 specifically, I think a lot of us are experiencing a fatigue from the pandemic. A lot of people are working very long hours that they weren't expecting, and being able to have gratitude and find the good things and focus on them can help us continue to ride it through. I'm going to say my top 3 tips would be: change your perspective whenever possible, focus on gratitude, and don't give up. Thank you.